Morning to all my dear students. Welcome to all CA Foundation, the budding future chartered accountants for today's session that is on the topic Sale of Goods Act 1930. So I am CA Harleen Kaur who will be taking up your topic for Sale of Goods Act, and a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Siddharth, Siddharth, Chinappa, all of you. Welcome to the class, children. I hope you have very well revised your Indian Contract Act 1872. Good morning, Vivek, and all the other students over here. So you have very well revised your Indian Contract Act. Today we are going to start the second act, that is Sale of Goods Act. So children, you all have decided to be part of a very dignified profession, which is chartered accountancy. So you all have to remember three things which are very, very important in CA. Number one is the hard work that is imbibed in you when you have decided to become a chartered accountant. There is no escape route from the hard work. मेहनत तो करनी ही पड़ेगी. We all have to be consistent with our efforts. Second is being consistent, means being regular with your work. Whatever I'm going to teach you today with your pens and registers in hands, notebooks, I would request all the students to keep separate notebooks for law and separate for accounts, so that whenever you have to study any subject, you know which books and which registers you have to pick up. Mr. Adish Shah, Priyanshi, those who have joined on the admin portal, good morning and welcome to the class. Ayush, we are not supposed to unmute right now in the very beginning. So if you really want to ask something, you can use the chat box and you can write. And I'm sure we all are very good students and we are going to use the chat box also very professionally and authentically. All right. Good morning, Chinmay, Srishti, Krishnjay, all the students who have written beautiful morning wishes. So the third thing is hard work is there, consistent is there, being regular is there. So the third thing is staying motivated. So children, you have so much of syllabus. At times we do feel that, oh my God, there is Indian Contract Act also. Now I have to learn negotiable instruments also. Sale of goods mein itne sare examples hai. Partnership bhi padhna hai, company. So law in itself is very huge. And then writing practice is must. But let me tell you one thing very clearly. If you are from the very beginning regular with your work, you are doing the writing practice. I will be doing question answers with you in the class. I'll be taking up certain MCQs so that you understand the conceptual clarity. I'll be also doing certain descriptive questions, the case study based, so that you know how you have to attempt the paper. So if you are doing all these things regularly with us, then no one can stop you from achieving success. So I often start my class by using the quote, success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. So since all of you have been too busy looking for the successful moments, now is the time when you're going to be successful with your hard work and consistency. So there is no shortcut to success. Hard work though has to be there. Now, what is the meaning of visualize your success? So today in my first class, I'm going to give you a small tip. On the back side of your law notebook, if you're not having the law notebook, you're having your study material. Okay, study material is the Bible for all of you. You have to read the study material. My notes and my presentation is for a reference, but you must study each and every line which is written in the study material. Even after my presentation, I will take you to the study material so that you know what to underline, what all you have to read. So behind your law books, you all have to write with me today, I am going to be a chartered accountant soon. What did I say? I am going to be a chartered accountant soon. Now, when I have written it out, I have manifested it, I have visualized my success. No one can stop me from achieving my positive targets that I have set for myself. And the minute you feel low, just open that page and remind yourself that it's okay. I'm going to be a chartered accountant soon. Is that clear, children? So visualize success means when I have thought about it that yes, I'm going to be a chartered accountant, then no one can stop. Ronak has even written it in the chat box. So that's great. That means I'm glad you enjoyed this motivation. Thank you, Mohammed, Gulfan, also Ronak, all those who have written. Thank you so much. So this is very, very important, children, because along with your hard work, motivation is the most important thing, specifically when you're a chartered accountant student. So visualize your success, and these are the tips for CA Foundation students. Number one thing, you have to keep reminding yourself that I can do it and I will do it. Know your syllabus well. You should know what is coming in your syllabus. Sometimes when we reach at the end of the syllabus, some children think, okay, negotiable is also part of law. Ye to mujhe pata hi nahi tha. So please look at the syllabus, read the index, be well versed with what is going to come in accounts, economics and maths paper. If they are MCQ based, then what kind of questions are coming? Law is a descriptive paper. How you are going to write the answers? Each and everything should be very clear in your mind. After that, when you make your study plan, now these are the tips which I'm giving you because after starting studying, most of you keep asking me these kind of questions only. Yes, Adish, we will be doing all the MTPs and RTPs also, including the syllabus. Definitely, we will do that also. So prepare an effective study plan. When I say effective study plan means you have to allocate hours to each subject. Ekta, you can write down in the chat box if you really want to ask something because we are not supposed to unmute you. Okay. So, Dr. N.V. Ravi is somebody who has joined the class with a different name. I think, sir, we can remove this person.
Who is ma'am?
Dr. N.V. Ravi karke hain. Somebody who is sending wrong messages to other students also. Better remove this person. And we are planning to take a strict action against all these defaulters who are joining the class and disturbing the decorum of the class.
Ma'am, you can remove.
Okay. I will just try to
if you feel any doubt to any students, then you can remove it.
Yes, but मेरे को नाम ही नहीं नजर आ रहा. I think this person is already not in the class only, but this person can't be seen in the class, sir. He is not there in the participant list. So let's ignore these disrupting factors who have become part of all this. They have started playing these foolish games. Let them be their children. Just ignore them, okay? Yes, Abhilasha, we are talking about the strategy. Yes, definitely, Meet Rati. If you are regular in the classes, then you will definitely get good results. Provided you are doing your writing practice also. How to make notes, Mohammed Gulfan is saying. So while I'm going to teach you, we'll be understanding how to make notes also. Ganesh, same goes for you. We will be learning how to write the law paper also. So not to worry about that. All right. All right. So after that, MTPs and RTPs will be done only after completion of syllabus, children, because unless and until you have not completed the syllabus, and you start and you jump into the suggested answers and you read the MTP questions, you're not going to understand what is written over there. Let me be very frank with you. Because if you have not done that chapter, then those questions will really turn you red that, oh my God, what is there in the syllabus? So the only thumb rule to come out of this fear is first study the subject properly, thoroughly. You should do the topic with me, make notes, everything is ready, you have revised it. Then we will be jumping to the MTPs and RTPs. All right. Okay, Mohammed Gulfan, not to worry. You will practice it properly now. So next time you will get a good result. Maybe you have not done the writing practice. So if you'll do it now, then you will be able to do it. I'm having my boards practically. I'll start learning from April. So can I attempt for the May? Paridhi Shraddha, you are asking that can I give my May foundation attempt? See, if you are giving your board exams and you are determined because accounts and economics are similar to your class 11, 12 kind of syllabus that you have done. Maths also is more likely the same. Law is the only subject which is new for you. If you are determined child and you can study well, then definitely no one can stop you from cracking your exams in May. All right, Parithi. Now let's start the first unit, that is unit 1, formation of the contract of sale. What is the meaning of contract of sale? Now, when we start contract of sale, Adish is asking, ma'am, do we have to learn all the sections and subsections? So it is not mandatory. When you're a CA foundation student, you can leave the learning part of sections. So sections and subsections are not compulsory. You can simply, if you can learn the sections, it's fine, but never ever write a wrong section in the examination, because writing a wrong section gives a very bad impression. So better you can avoid the sections as far as foundation is concerned. In C inter, definitely it becomes necessary if you have to remember the sections. So when I ask you formation of contract of sale of goods act, the Sale of Goods Act 1930 was earlier the part of Indian Contract Act 1872. Yes, Bhajpreet Kaur, I will be doing sale of goods with you, and let's see what other topics come up. So don't worry. How to write the provisions and how to learn them, Poonam is asking. So Poonam, when I do certain questions with you, that time I will teach you about writing of the provisions. As of now, first we will complete the topic. All right? Okay. Ayush is asking how much time will be required to complete this syllabus. So ICAI has very well advanced planned your schedule for the lectures. So along with them, you can do each topics, and then the syllabus will be getting completed in another, I think, month's time. All right. So now when we talk about sale of goods, I was telling you that it was part of Indian Contract Act 1872. But then government thought that Indian Contract Act has become very huge because it has Contract Act provisions also, it has Sale of Goods Act also, it had partnership also. So in 1930, the Sale of Goods Act provisions were taken out and a separate act was formed. And what is the name of that act? Give me in the chat box. What act was formed? The Sale of Goods Act 1930 was formed. Excellent. And in 1932, all the provisions of Indian Partnership were taken out and Indian Partnership Act 1932 was formed. Is that clear? That is how the Sale of Goods and Indian Partnership Act were separated from the Indian Contract Act. Now, I am using the word Indian Contract Act, and the first chapter of Sale of Goods is formation of the contract of sale. So my students will understand how important the word contract is over here. So what is the meaning of the word contract? Garish sir, annotations नहीं मिल सकता है मुझे to write it on the screen? Garish sir? Okay, children, meanwhile, you answer me, what is the meaning of contract? Agreement between the two parties. Agreement enforceable by law. Okay. Monu Kumar is asking, I'm from Hindi medium, so I face problem in writing. So it's okay, Monu Kumar. We will take up the topics in English and I'll try to explain you in Hindi also in between. And writing practice जब हम करेंगे तब मैं आपको बता दूंगी कि किस तरह से आपने लिखना है. अभी के लिए मुझे सब बच्चे बताएंगे what is the meaning of contract. Ayush, Alisha, Amleshwar, Paridhi, Ronak, Mohammed, everyone have wonderfully answered it. Hiba Sheikh. Deals between two persons. What is the meaning of deal? It's an agreement between parties, which is Harsh is correct, Meet Rathi is correct, all of you are correct, children, which has a legal binding. Sunil is saying between the buyer and seller. So two parties, buyer and seller, that's fine. Vivek Sharma is correct. R. Simran is correct. Meenu Dubey is correct. Monu Kumar is correct. All of you have given the correct answers. So if I tell you that children, I'm going to give you 2 chocolates if you'll pass the exam. Is it a contract? Answer is no, ma'am. It is a simple agreement. It is a social or a domestic agreement. It is not enforceable by law. Okay, it is an offer. Okay, that's amazing. So even if this offer is not a valid offer because it is not, yes, Ayush, that's correct. This is a social agreement. Teacher tells you that I will gift you a mobile phone if you do well in the syllabus. Mom told you that I'm going to buy you a new car if you score well in the exams. All these are social agreements. They become contract only when the enforceability by law is there. When the legal binding is given, then the agreement becomes a contract. So this is what we understand with the word contract, which you have done full-fledged act also. Here what we are doing, here we have two parties who are buyer and a seller. Can you see in the cartoon, two parties are shown. One is the boy who is buying the stuff and he is giving money in return. So buy goods and give money in exchange is a contract of sale of goods. What is involved in sale? Goods are involved, money is involved. Monetary consideration is involved. So the chapter 1 overall revolves around how the contract of sale is made, what are the definitions, how the contract is made, how the sale is different from agreement to sell, what are the essential elements of the contract of sale, and ascertainment of the price. This money that you can see, how this price is to be determined. So this is your chapter number 1 overview. Now, sale of goods was basically designed in order to have, yes, it's a consideration between two parties. That's good. Great, Sakshi, Mohammed, all of you. So it is an act to define and amend the laws relating to sale of goods. So now earlier, whenever we have any dispute between the buyer and seller, they used to open the books of Indian Contract Act. Now we simply open the Sale of Goods Act 1930 and we read what needs to be done if there are any laws which are relating to the sale of goods. And it came into force on 1st July 1930. The provisions are applicable to the sale of only movable properties. Is the act applicable to immovable properties? What is the meaning of immovable property? Immovable property का मतलब क्या होता है? Yes, Miss Shritik Tiwari, Shaurya Kumar, Chaitanya, correct, Swati. Good, all of you. What is the meaning of land, building, machinery which is forming part of land, something which is attached to the land? That cannot be transferred from one place to another. All right, good answers given by all. And what is the meaning of movable property? What is the meaning of movable property? The goods which can be moved from one place to another. Very good. So all these tea, coffee, chocolate, sweets, whatever we are selling in the market is known as movable goods. And to all of them, sale of goods is applicable. Is that correct? So this act is not applicable to immovable goods. It is only applicable to the movable goods. Now let's start with the definitions. So the first basic definition is of a buyer and a seller. Number one is a seller is a person who sells or agrees to sell the goods. Buyer is a person, seller is the person who sells or agrees to sell the goods. Now let's take an example. I am a person who is having a shop of different kind of shoes. So I have opened up a Skechers showroom and I have shoes of size 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the sizes of the shoes available. Mr. A comes to my shop and he says that the size of my shoe is 5 and the size is available, and he buy the goods. Payment is made, goods are sold. I become the seller and Mr. A becomes the buyer. A person who is buying the goods becomes the buyer. Ashu Kumar is saying, ma'am, Hindi mein bhi samjha dijiye. Okay, beta. First I will explain in English, then I will explain in Hindi. Okay, Ashu? So, the person who is selling the goods becomes the seller and the person who has bought the goods becomes the buyer. But आपको समझ आया आशु? मैंने गुड्स बेचे, 5 नंबर जूता उनको चाहिए था, उन्होंने गुड्स खरीदे, मैंने गुड्स बेचे, मैं सेलर हूं, वो बायर. लेट्स टेक अनदर एग्जांपल. सेकंड एग्जांपल लेते हैं जिसमें बायर मिस्टर ए कहते हैं कि आई वांट अ शू साइज व्हिच इज 8 नंबर. नाउ राइट नाउ आई एम हैविंग 3 4 5 6 7 साइज शू नंबर, बट मेरी दुकान में 8 नंबर का शू साइज नहीं है. So I tell Mr. Buyer, Mr. A, that please come after 15 days and we are manufacturing the shoes in the factory, and after 15 days that 8 shoe size number will be available. Have I made a sale right now? Yes ma'am or no ma'am? क्या मैंने sale of goods करा अभी presently? Somebody is asking, ma'am, after the class, what will we revise? So, Ayush Sahare, after the class, you should revise whatever we have done in the class today. Excellent. Ronak said yes, that is not correct. No is the correct thing. I have not made any sale as of now. What have I made? I have made an agreement to sell. मैंने एक वादा करा कि मैं 15 दिन बाद जब वो शू मेरी दुकान में आ जाएगा, then I will sell it to you. So I have not made the sale, but yes, I have made an agreement to sell. मैंने एक वादा करा है. Yes, I will sell it after 15 days. Do I become a seller and Mr. A become a buyer? Yes, ma'am, because I am a person who agrees to sell the goods and Mr. A is a buyer who agrees to buy the goods. So, yeah, to yes, Sunil, that's great. Not in existence on the date of sale. That means it's a future good. If I take advance money, Ronak, then also it is an agreement to sell because I've not sold the goods today. Sale will happen only when the goods are given and money has been. Even if I have taken the money, the goods are yet to be given. So it is an agreement to sell. All right. So that is what we understand with the definition of buyer and seller. That is, if you have either sold the goods currently or you have agreed to sell the goods, buyer is the person who has purchased the goods or agrees to buy the goods. So in this example, if A agrees to buy 50 bales of cotton for 1,000 on 10th of January, so can we say it is a sale or agreement to? What will happen in this case? If I have, so instead of 10th of January, it can be 10th of January 2026. Okay, then it will be an agreement to sell. This date has already been passed, so it will be a sale. It is an agreement to sell if I'm giving a future date. Absolutely correct. Now let's do the second definition, that is of goods. Goods must be movable goods. Tangible goods are also goods. What is tangible and intangible? All account students sitting with me over here. What is the meaning of word tangible and what is the meaning of the word intangible? which can be seen. Very good. And intangible, which cannot be seen or touched, is intangible. Good. Things attaching to or forming part of land which can be severed means the things which are part of land, but they can be separated from the land, like growing crops, grass, trees. Let's take an example. There is a very big forest near Delhi, and the government has made a contract that all the trees of this forest should be cut and sold in the market. Now, these trees which I'm cutting from the ground. Yes, Kristen Jain wants to say something. Kristen, you can type it in the chat box if you want to speak something. Christine Jain, you can type in the chat box. Okay? If you want to speak something. So things attaching to or forming part of land. So these trees which can be removed from the forest and sold in the market. Is it goods or not? Yes, ma'am, it is goods. And grass, trees, again, जिसको हम pluck कर अलग कर सकते हैं from the land, it is known as goods. Is that clear, children? Everything which can be detached from the lands. Kristen Jain, please type your message. Now your message is visible. What do you want to ask? All right. It also includes stocks and shares. So stocks and shares are also goods. Contract for the sale of coal mine or a building stone quarry. First, let's understand all these pictures that I've shown you. A shampoo, of liquid, soap, toothpaste, everything that you see in the grocery store is a sale of goods, something which can be sold from one person to another. What is meant by agency? Christine is asking. I did not use the word agency as of now, Christine, but agency means when you're selling the goods through an agent, a third party who is going to sell your goods. That is the meaning of agent. So when we come to that topic, I will explain. Can the land itself be a good? Paridhi is asking, can the land? No, land is not goods. Okay. Ayush, the notes will be uploaded on the BOS portal. You can download it from there. Ronak, we are yet to do actionable claims. Wait. Christine, please put your hand down. I hope you have understood the meaning of agency. All right. So things which are forming part of land and can be separated, they are goods, but land, building, they are not goods. Stocks is goods, shares is goods, FDR, your fixed deposit receipts. You go to the bank, you have taken FD in your name. So those वो जो कागज होते हैं FD के, fixed deposit के कागज है, वो भी goods है. Why? Because it has a document which is showing your ownership. So that is also goods. Abhilasha, Ayush, are you listening, children, what I'm explaining? I'm yet to explain actionable claim. First part of the definition I'm doing. So pay attention. You don't want to understand what is goods. You only want to understand what is not goods. Then I will explain you actionable claims. Okay. Abhilasha, Ayush and Ronak, same query you're asking. Meenu is also asking same things. So children, first listen what I'm telling you. We are yet to do actionable claims. I'm telling you what all is included in goods. Now, contract for the sale of coal mine or building stone quarry is not a contract of sale of goods. So, Ayush, you tell me, what is the meaning of building stone quarry? Do you know the meaning of this? It's okay, Ronak. You don't need to be sorry. Yes, Ayush, what is the meaning of building stone quarry? Or what is the meaning of coal mines? So, here is your meaning. A stone quarry is a site from where the natural stones are extracted from the earth. Now, this is the land from where the stones are being extracted. Sale of Goods Act tells you that this is not a good. You cannot call it as a good because this is a quarry, means it's a building site where the stones are included. Similarly, coal mine is excavation in the earth for extracting coal. आपने earth में गड्ढा करा है, excavate करा है for extracting coal. So these kind of land, although there is no building, आपने बोला land and building is immovable property. This land where coal mines are over there, this land where the building stone quarry is there, is also not a good. Is that clear, everyone? Understood? You enjoyed seeing it pictures? Yeah, yes, Chinmay, it is land itself. That is good. Yes, Sunil, to take out stone, mining maybe, Paridhi. All right. So now I hope it is absolutely clear. Abhilasha, it's okay. You don't need to be sorry, children. All right. So now let's come to the query part. That is, what are the two things which are not goods? Number one, money is not goods. Why? Because money is used for making the payment for the goods. If I tell you that I purchased this mobile from Sidakalappa. Sidakalappa, I purchased this mobile from you and I gave you a set of pens in return. Is it a sale of goods? I purchased goods and I gave goods in return. Is it a sale of goods? No, ma'am. It is a barter system. It is not sale of goods. For sale of goods, money has to be involved. That is great. All right. So money is involved. Money is part of your payment that is being made for purchase of goods. So money is not goods. Can you sell 500 rupee note in the market? Can I say, please buy 500 rupees and give me 100 rupees? I want to sell my 500 rupees note. You cannot sell money. So money is not good. Second is your actionable claims. Sneha Gupta, you can type it in the chat box if you don't mind your query. Ma'am, please explain me departments of Ministry of Finance. Neha Agarwal, this is part of your chapter number 1. We are right now doing sale of goods. So first we will handle sale of goods only and then we will see if we can go to different chapters. Okay, Neha Agarwal? All right, now I'm going to explain you the meaning of actionable claims. Everyone is going to listen to me very carefully. First, I'll explain you in English, then I will explain you in Hindi also. Actionable claims means the claims against which I can take an action. It is a claim means it's a debt against which I can take an action. हिंदी में debt का मतलब होता है कोई उधार. ठीक है ना? मैंने किसी को पैसे किसी से लेने थे, अब मेरे को पेमेंट नहीं आई तो मैं उसके खिलाफ एक्शन ले सकता हूं. कोर्ट में जाकर मैं उसके खिलाफ एक्शन ले सकता हूं. That is known as actionable claim. The claims against which an action can be filed. Now, there are two types of debts. One is secured debt, another is unsecured debt. What is the meaning of secured debt? Suppose I borrowed 5,000 rupees from Farheen. Farheen Praveen is there in the class. So I borrowed 5,000 rupees from Farheen. And I promised to pay back Farheen out on 10th of June. I did not give any security to Farheen. Is it a secured debt or unsecured debt? Answer me. Everyone, it is an unsecured debt. Very good, very good. I went to bank and I took a loan of 1 lakh rupees. And in return, I gave my gold as a security. Is it a secured debt or unsecured debt? It is a secured debt. Now, tomorrow, if I don't pay 1 lakh rupees loan to the bank, what is bank going to do? Bank will sell my gold and recover their money. So that is actionable claim. He will sell the gold. Very good, Harshvardhan Chaudhary. Everybody, excellent answers. He will sell the gold. So that means that is an actionable claim. A debt against which an action can be taken. ऐसा उधार जिससे ना पेमेंट करी तो उसके खिलाफ एक्शन लिया जा सकता है. वो गुड्स नहीं है. Is that clear, Abhilasha, Ayush, Ronak? You raised a query for this. And anyways, I was going to explain you this part. Doctrine of Mansi Agarwal, we are not doing Companies Act right now. Sneha Gupta has written an interesting query. What if the extracted coal is being sold or the stone is being sold in the whole mine, then it will be sale of goods. So Sneha Gupta, absolutely correct. The coal that you're selling, the stones that you're selling is a movable good. That is fine. But the query where the stones are being extracted, it is immovable property. It is not a good. Coal mines where the extraction of coal is happening, it is immovable. It is not. But if you're selling the goods from there, then it will be considered as goods. Ma'am, can we take action on unsecured? If not, then it is good. No, Meenu Dubey, debt is never a good, whether it is secured or unsecured. Actionable claims basically are known as secured debts against which actions can be taken. Is that clear? Any more query related to definition of goods? Because I'm going to take you to the study material now. Harsh, which second point you're saying? Agar bank ka loan 1 lakh hai, the gold we gave. So Manikant, in case you have given the more amount of gold, then bank will only recover their 1 lakh and they will give you balance 1 lakh back. Yes, Bajpreet, you can also take the action. Harshvardhan is saying last slide. Okay, what have you not understood over there? Yes, Paridhi, it is always based on happening or non-happening of the event. That's great. Which last point, Harsh, you have not understood? Please tell me. Actionable claims only you're asking again? Paridhi, I hope your query is clear. Somebody is asking what is the meaning of person of sound mind. Mishra Bansan? Person of sound mind means person who is in his senses. Okay? Person who is actively understandable. Yes, ma'am, please. Ashu Kumar, what, ma'am, please? Yes, Manikant, it includes stocks and shares means the stocks that you're selling in the market. What is the meaning of shares? We are not here to discuss the persons of contract with minor topic, Mishra Bansal, that is part of your Indian Contract Act. Once I'm done with Sale of Goods Act, फिर आप मुझसे पूछ लेना पुरानी queries, but अभी बेटा हम पहले Sale of Goods करेंगे, ठीक है? Yes, actionable claims are the examples of pledge. Absolutely correct, Vivek Sharma. Okay, I was handling somebody's query regarding stocks and shares. So if I'm selling these stocks in the market, that is also sale of goods. Okay, that is what is the meaning of stocks and shares. Let me just open the module for all of you. Harshvardhan is asking what is the meaning of remove things attached to. Things attached to means जैसे मैंने आपको forest का example दिया कि forest में trees land के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, ठीक है ना? जो कि land के साथ चीज है जो अलग हो सकती है. Things attached to or forming part of land means something which is attached to the land which cannot be separated. So that forest, if you are selling, it is not contract of sale. But if you cut the trees or you cut the crops and you sell them in the market, that is contract of sale. So Sale of Goods Act was introduced in 1930. Chinnapan Chetty, yes, we are doing unit 1 today. We will be doing it in 2 parts. All the children asking previous sessions query disqualified persons. We're not doing that right now. Share market can be defined as a platform. Yes, Paridhi, that's correct. Ronak, then also if it is in DMAT form, then also it can be considered as goods. So all the laws relating to sale of goods are dealt in Sale of Goods Act 1930. We have done this introduction. This act is not applicable for immovable property. That is very clear. That means a house, shop, it is not applicable. To the immovable property, Transfer of Property Act is applicable. Okay, we have a separate act that is transfer of property for this land and building. But for goods, movable property, we have Sale of Goods Act. General provisions of Indian contract are also applicable to the contract of sale. So the first definition, buyer and seller, we have done. Both the terms are used in a sense of wider sense than their common meaning. Means not only the person who buys, but is actually the person who agrees to buy is also a buyer. They are complementary to each other. Can I say that I buy my own, this is my mobile phone and I have purchased my own mobile phone? Can I be the buyer and seller both the same person? Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? No, ma'am. You always need to have 2 separate people for this. Yes, Geeta, goodwill and trademarks also. That's correct. Yes, Manikant, we will be discussing about how to write the answers also, so don't worry. So clear, goods की definition clear है सबको, actionable claims, everything is clear, and here it is written that FDRs are also considered as goods. Okay, actionable claims which can be enforced only by an action or a debt. A debt is not a movable good. So debt को बेचा नहीं जा सकता, आपका जो उधार है चाहे वो सिक्योर्ड है चाहे अनसिक्योर्ड है उसको आप बेच नहीं सकते. It is not a movable. It can only be enforced by an action or a suit. Suit means filing a case. What is the meaning of suit? Suit means filing a case. Paridhi is saying if the owner of a phone company purchase phone. So owner of a phone company purchased from himself? What are you saying? किसी और से ही परचेज करा होगा ना बेटा, खुद से तो नहीं परचेज करा. अगर आप घर में बैठे खुद को ही फोन बेच रहे हो और खरीद रहे हो तो फिर आप नहीं हो सकते. हाँ, फ्रॉम हिज कंपनी. अपनी कंपनी से खुद नहीं ना खरीदेगा, बाहर वाले से ही खरीदेगा. So be very aware what you're writing. Then buyer and seller are always different person. They can never be the same person. Lakshya Goel, why are you asking validity of an agreement without consideration? Are we doing this topic right now? Yes, Ayush, absolutely correct. They're separate entity. Your company is different, you are different. भजप्रीत is saying suit का meaning एक बार बता दीजिए. suit का मतलब होता है केस फाइल करना. लीगली लीगल वर्ड्स में होता है केस, किसी के अगेंस्ट अगर आप केस फाइल कर सकते. Decree. Abhilasha is asking what is the meaning of decree. Suit means legal person. Okay, Lakshya Goel, I understand your problem, but Bacha, first I have to complete sale of goods now. If I start teaching you Indian Contract Act, who will teach you sale of goods then? First, I will complete sale of goods, then I will try to take up your queries, if any, related to other chapters. Okay? Is that fine? Okay. Thank you so much, Lakshya. Abhilasha, I'm telling you what is the meaning of decree. Decree of goods means, so it says decree of goods. We have not yet used this word. Where have you read this word? I'm yet to teach you about this word, but since you have come across, I will explain you the meaning. All the tangible and intangible goodwill copyrights are also goods, children. All the gas, steam, water, electricity, and decree of the code. Here is this word, decree of the code. What is the meaning of the word decree of the good? Decree of the good means that, say, for example, we are having a fight. I am the seller and you are the buyer. I am going to sell you this mobile phone for 20,000. You are the buyer. You said, no, I want to buy it for 15,000. So both of us had a fight and you are ready to pay 15. I am ready to sell it at 20. So we went to the court and court decided the best price, that is 16,000 for this phone. Now that is the decree of goods. Decree of goods means court's decision. So if court has given certain price for the goods, then that price will be considered as the final price. So decree means court का case अगर file हुआ है उन goods के लिए, तब भी वो goods के part ही रहते हैं. Now let's start with a very, very interesting topic. I'm going to do a small topic and then we'll take a break. Now we have done the definition of goods. Now we are going to do types of goods. There are three types of goods: existing goods, future goods, contingent goods. Existing goods are further divided into three categories, that is specific goods, ascertained goods, and unascertained goods. Now, as the name suggests, what is the meaning? So we are going to do specific, ascertained, unascertained, then we will do future goods and then contingent goods. So before the break, we are just going to do one category, that is specific goods. So what is the meaning of the word existing? Existing को तीन category में divide करा गया: specific, ascertained, unascertained. What is the meaning of the word existing? If I am the seller and you come to my shop, I am selling crayons. I am in a stationery thing and I have pencils. I have these box of crayons. I have certain set of pencils and pens. I am selling all these things. Now, if the pencils, pens, and crayon box is existing in my shop and you want to buy this crayon box, I sell it to you, you make me the payment. This is the existing goods. That means this is the existing goods. But you said, ma'am, I don't want to buy this yellow box, color box. I want to buy a blue color box. I'm not having it right now in my shop. I told you that come after 10 days, my manufacturer will send, then I will sell. Is the good existing? No, ma'am, it is not existing. So it becomes a future good. I told you that I have to buy it from Mr. S, then I will sell it to you. It becomes contingent good. जहां पे मैं खुद किसी के ऊपर निर्भर हूं, डिपेंडेंट हूं कि मुझे वहां से गुड्स मिलेंगे तो मैं आपको दूंगी, वो है कंटिंजेंट गुड्स. जहां पे मेरी फैक्ट्री में गुड्स बनने हैं, प्रोड्यूस होने हैं, अभी मैन्युफैक्चर होने हुए नहीं है, वो होंगे तो मैं आपको सेल करूंगी, वो है फ्यूचर गुड्स. आज मेरी दुकान में ये बॉक्स पड़ा हुआ है, आप एज ए कस्टमर आते हैं, आप परचेज करते हैं, दिस इज existing goods. Got a clarity of existing, future, and contingent goods? Existing goods are the goods which are already in existence. Future goods are something yet to come into existence, and contingent goods where I'm dependent, where a contingency is involved, uncertainty is involved. So first type of existing good is specific goods. Now let's take the name of one of the student, Sakshi Singh. Sakshi Singh comes to my shop and she tells me, ma'am, I want to buy a Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. Abhi sabke muh mein pani aayega, huh? She said, ma'am, I want to buy a Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate, which is Oreo flavor and peanut butter flavor. So much of specification. Specific goods means specifications वाला, मतलब बता दिया कि कैडबरी चाहिए, डेयरी मिल्क चाहिए, पीनट बटर फ्लेवर चाहिए एंड ओरियो वाला ही फ्लेवर चाहिए, then only I'm going to buy that. That means goods which are identified and agreed upon at the time of contract of sale is made, where you have specifically told, I want to buy a Whirlpool washing machine with a top load. There is a machine which has a top load also and has a front load also. You don't want front load, you want a top load. So आपने स्पेसिफिक कर दिया, आपने पहले ही बता दिया कि वो गुड्स एग्जिस्टिंग होने चाहिए एंड आपने उनको आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ सेल के टाइम पर. Is that clear? Children, I'm so sorry, I can't allow you to unmute because there are some children who are unidentified people, so I cannot allow you to unmute. You can write in the Soumya, you can write in the chat box. Parithi Singh, agreed means वादा करा है. Okay, Soumya, you can write in the chat box. We're not going to discuss reciprocal promises right now. It is sale of goods which is going on. Okay, Prince Kumar, you want me to do it in Hindi? You want me to explain you in Hindi or in English? Prince Kumar, have you understood now? Yes, agreed means acceptance. Okay, good, Prince. So, Prince, it means if you have come to buy goods in my shop and you have given all the specifications, so the good must be available. Now, if I don't have this particular dairy milk chocolate, I cannot sell it. It is not existing goods. So, specific goods are those which should be existing in your shop. And whatever the customer is telling you the specification, that good, if it is available, then it is the sale of specific goods. Let's take another example from the module. It says existing goods are those which are existing. Means I already have the ownership of them. I am the seller. I am already owning those goods. If I tell you, beta, I don't have this dairy milk chocolate, I will have to buy it from the another shopkeeper and then sell it, then it is not existing goods. Existing का हिंदी में मतलब है मेरी दुकान में अवेलेबल होने चाहिए, मैं उन गुड्स की ओनर हूं तभी मैं बेच सकती हूँ. Then only I can sell those goods. So the specific goods means goods which are identified and agreed, जिनको पहले ही हमने तय कर लिया है भी हम इन्हीं goods की बात करें. Any specified and finally decided goods like Samsung Galaxy S7. So I have already decided that I want to buy a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge phone. I have already decided I want to buy Whirlpool washing machine, which is of 7 kg. This is a specific good. Now, A had 5 different type of car models. He agreed to sell Centro car to B. And we also wanted to buy the Centro car. That means this is a specific good. हमने goods को identify कर लिया, agree कर लिया at the time of contract of sale. Yes, Paridhi, when the goods are identified and agreed, that is specified goods. Absolutely correct. Is that clear? Everyone is clear about specific goods. What is the meaning of a certain goods? Certain goods are also, yes, Gagan, chat box. Mr. Gagan, you can use the chat box. I'm not allowing you what is meant by contingent contract and its essential and rules relating to enforcement, ma'am. So you can refer to the previous lecture in which sir has taught you about the contingent contract, Mr. Gagan, and you can learn it from there, okay? Certain goods are the goods which have been identified according to the agreement after the contract of sales. So once you have identified the goods, now you came to my shop and you said, ma'am, there are 10 bottles of Nike deodorant lying in my shop. So you said, ma'am, I want to buy one Nike bottle of perfume deodorant. So are these bottles existing? Yes, ma'am, it is existing goods. Is it a certain? No, ma'am, it is uncertain goods. Means out of the whole bulk, which bottle I'm going to pick it up and give it to you, it is not yet a certain. So all these 10 bottles which are lying in my shop, they are uncertain goods. Uncertain means होते हैं which have not been identified. हमें अभी नहीं पता कि कौन से goods आप बेचोगे. Okay? हमें अभी नहीं पता है कि which goods you are going to sell. Is that clear? So when we are not sure that which type of goods you're going to sell, uncertain goods, first you have to understand, Meenu Dubey, what is uncertain goods? Uncertain goods means the goods which are lying in bulk. जो सब इकट्ठे पड़े हुए. That means they are uncertain. They have not yet been identified. When you pick up the goods from them, when I picked up one bottle of Nike perfume and I kept it separate, then it becomes the certain goods. Means now I have selected and I have shortlisted which goods belong to me. All right. So that is how you have to remember. As of now, we have just done the specific goods. Certain goods are the goods which are identified after the agreement is made. Uncertain means which are not identified. Can you see these boxes which are lying full of goods? These are uncertain or certain goods shown in the picture. Tell me. Yes, Swati, they are like specific goods only. Absolutely correct. Meenu Dubey, tell me, these are ascertained or unascertained goods? जो पिक्चर में दिखाए गए. Very good, excellent, Prince. Meenu, Geeta, unascertained because these are samples, description, their totality, bulk में बने. Now, if I pick up one out of the boxes, few tools I pick up and pack them, then they become ascertained goods. Say, for example, I have 10 Maruti cars. And we only want to buy the Maruti car which has 8800 number OR0 to 880 8800. So now he is specified कि मुझे यही वाली गाड़ी खरीदनी है. It is white color car bearing this number. It is a specific or a certain goods? Tell me. Specific good because he has clearly specified. Specified is certain, similar. They're almost same. Okay. And if I tell you there are 10 Maruti cars and A wants to buy one of them. After the contract, A keeps out one car for them. Then it becomes, and what are 10 Maruti cars? First tell me. मेरे पास 10 गाड़ियां खड़ी हैं और B को एक गाड़ी खरीदी. तो 10 गाड़ियां क्या हो जाएंगी? चिन्मय, no. Yes, Poonam, correct. It is uncertain. जो 10 Maruti cars खड़ी हैं, that is uncertain goods. Now I pick up one car and I take it out for Mr. D. Now what have I done? I have made it ascertained. Yes, Poonam, absolutely correct. Prince, good. Meenu, did you understand now? Amal Reshma, good. Now it has become ascertained goods. So जब goods bulk में है, simple समझो. हिंदी में एक बारी समझो. जब तो मैंने बता दिया कि यही गुड्स चाहिए, वो डेयरी मिल्क वाला एग्जांपल, फिर तो स्पेसिफिक गुड्स है. भी मुझे यही वाली चॉकलेट चाहिए, पीनट बटर फ्लेवर, ओरियो फ्लेवर, आई ओनली वांट. देन इट इज स्पेसिफिक गुड्स. व्हेन द गुड्स आर लाइंग इन बल्क, आप मार्केट में गए, आपको टाटा सॉल्ट खरीदना है, तो आपने देखा बहुत सारे टाटा सॉल्ट के पैकेट्स पड़े होते हैं इन द शॉप. सो मेनी पैकेट्स ऑफ टाटा सॉल्ट आर लाइंग. व्हाट आर दोस? सो मेनी पैकेट्स आर नोन एज अनसर्टेन गुड्स. You said, I want to buy one packet. After this contract is made, the shopkeeper picks up one packet and gives it to you. That means now he has identified which packet is being sold to you. Then it becomes a certain. Is that clear? Now let's take a small break. You all have to read the chapter. जब हम 10 मारुति कार में से एक सिलेक्ट कर yes Monu Kumar Singh, then it becomes assert. Again, Kushal is asking me doubts related to indemnity and guarantee. Kushal, Rohtak, we are not doing the chapter indemnity and guarantee. We are doing sale of goods. So please stick to the chapter that we are doing right now. Okay. Yes, Bhajpreet Kaur, you don't have to tell. I'm saying, अब अगर आपके टाटा सॉल्ट का ही पैकेट चाहिए और 10 पैकेट पड़े तो आप ये थोड़ा बताओगे मुझे यही वाला चाहिए. अगर आपने ये बता दिया तो फिर वो स्पेसिफिक गुड्स है, और अगर आपने नहीं बताया then it is uncertain goods. Kushal Rohtak, why are you asking me difference between indemnity and guarantee? Are we doing this topic right now? Yes, Kushal. Thank you so much, Prince Kumar. I'm so glad you are enjoying it. And you're finding it easy. That's great. Yes, Ronak, I think you're right. I got your message. There are some disturbing factors in the class. All right. Thank you so much, students. Let's take a small break and then we'll continue further. Kushal, we're not going. All right, welcome back, all of you. Nobody is supposed to raise their hands. Kavya, you can write down your query in the chat box. So we have just completed 3 categories of goods, that is existing goods, which are further divided into specific goods, ascertained goods, and unascertained goods. I hope I am audible, students. Poonam is saying, ma'am, you're not audible. I hope my voice is clear. So we have already done specified goods, 2 examples of specified goods. Now we're going to discuss ascertained goods. Ascertained goods, a wholesaler of cotton has 100 bales in his godown. So what is 100 bales? Is it ascertained or it is unascertained group? Unascertained goods. Very good, very good, very good. He agrees to sell 50 bales and these bales were selected and set aside. What happened? He said that I'm going to sell you 50. Kavya, please pay attention to the class, and if you're not interested, you can kindly leave the class, okay? But don't disturb the decorum of the class. A wholesaler has 100 bales in his godown. 100 bales is unascertained goods, and then he agrees to sell 50 bales, and these bales were selected and set aside. So once I have taken out these 50 bales of cotton, it becomes ascertained goods. मतलब unascertained में से जब हमने select करके अलग कर दिए, तो वो बन जाते हैं ascertained goods. Let me see the goods with us, students with us on the portal also. I hope they're understanding because I cannot see any query from their side. All right. Okay, Saurabh Pal, I hope you're understanding now. Okay, Harshan, that's great. So now once you become ascertained goods, the contract will be considered to be for the sale of ascertained goods, as the cotton bales to be sold are identified and agreed after the contract is made. So in case of unascertained, the goods are lying in bulk, and ascertained goods are those which have been identified after the contract of sale is made. A agrees to sell B 1 packet of salt out of 100 packets lying in his shop. So children, what is 100 packets lying in the shop? It is unascertained. Very good. Very good. After that, it is not known which packet is to be delivered. As soon as the packet is separated, it becomes ascertained or specific. तो दोनों का ही same meaning है, चाहे उसे ascertained कह लो, चाहे उसे specific कह लो. X has 10 horses. He promises to sell one of them, but does not specify which horse he will sell. This is a contract of unascertained goods. Everybody is clear about the second example also? Once I tell you, okay, Harshvardhan, when I have told you that this is the horse which is to be sold, then yes, it becomes ascertained goods. Okay. What are the future goods? Future goods are the goods to be manufactured, produced, or acquired by the seller after making the contract of sale. So the future goods means they're not yet manufactured. We are yet to manufacture them. And once they are manufactured in my factory, then only I can sell these goods. Because a person cannot transfer what is not in existence. जो goods अभी है ही नहीं existence में, हम उनको sell नहीं कर सकते. 1,000 quintals of potatoes were to be grown on A's field is an example of an agreement. Now, future goods के यहाँ side पे आप लिख लेंगे on the side of future goods. Future goods is always an agreement to sell. Existing goods, जब आप ascertain, unascertain, specific की बात करें, it is always a contract of sale. Existing goods is always a contract of sale. And future goods and contingent goods is always a agreement to sell. क्योंकि ये तो अभी है ही नहीं है, फ्यूचर में जब आएंगे तब हम सेल करेंगे. So it is always an agreement to sell. P agrees to sell Q all the milk that his cow may yield during the coming year. This is another disturbing factor, Kusum Rotak. Beta, if you have any doubts, write it in the chat box. Otherwise, now you raised your hand, I'm going to remove you from the class. All right? So now the cow that is going to yield the milk in the coming year is a future goods. Means abhi to ye nahi hua hai. Cow is yet to yield the milk. जब cow milk देगी, फिर हम market में sell करेंगे. So it is a future goods. Now children generally ask me, ma'am, can we call it contingent good also? So absolutely correct. Future and contingent goods are almost the same. Like specific and ascertained, similar say hai. ऐसे future and contingent goods are also same. T agrees to sell S all the oranges which will be produced in his garden. So oranges are yet to be produced. Therefore, it is a sale of future goods. All right. So please remove all these children who are raising their hands. Just remove them from the participant list because they don't understand English that they're not supposed to raise their hands. Contingent goods are those which depend upon contingency or uncertain event, जो कि किसी चीज के ऊपर निर्भर है. Contingent goods are always an agreement to sell and not to sell. Because the question of passing of property, children, what is the meaning of passing of property? Property का मतलब क्या होता है? Property means ownership of the goods. Property means ownership. Please write it down in the study material. सब लोग लिखेंगे अभी. Property means ownership of the goods. Property means ownership of the goods. So the goods property is passed to the buyer means like future goods, contingent goods also the property means ownership buyer को बाद में दी जाती. Ownership passes later on. Say for example, A agrees to sell to B a Picasso painting provided he is able to purchase it from the present owner. Now there is A and there is B. A tells B that okay, I will sell you the Picasso painting. It's a very specific painting, but I am yet to purchase it from the owner. So can we say that A does not have the painting right now? So it is not existing good. A will get it in future. It is future good, but he is dependent on the present owner. Contingency का मतलब होता है if you are dependent on something. Contingency है, uncertainty है. जैसे कि tomorrow you'll have the class, but if the light is not there or if the things are not working properly, then the class might not happen. There is an uncertainty. उसको बोलते हैं contingency. So अगर present owner से goods मिलेंगे तो he'll sell it. So it is a contingency. Similarly, 10th example, P contracts to sell 50 pieces of the article provided the ship reaches the port safely. Now the most interesting example of contingent goods you have to remember, children. Remember this ship picture in your mind. Whenever the ship is sailing in the sea, there is always a doubt whether the ship which is getting the goods will reach the port safely or not. अब अगर तो ship आएगी पोर्ट पर तो goods बिकेंगे. अगर ship डूब गई तो वो पहुंचेगी नहीं and goods will not be able to sold. Similar to the things that you have done in the contingent contract. So contingent goods are always dependent on the happening or non-happening of the event. Now, delivery of goods. There are 3 types of delivery of goods. What is the meaning of delivery of goods? Delivery of goods means voluntary transfer of possession from one person to another person. How many of you order Domino's pizzas? Tell me yes in the chat box. Have you ever ordered Domino's pizzas? Yes? No? Okay. Difference between future and contingent goods. I hope, Parithi, now you have understood because future and contingent goods are almost the same. Okay, good children. Now I know who are the children who are actually studying because you write the answers genuinely back. So I can understand there is a good lot of students also. All right. So Sabhyata, if you have delivered the goods, if you have ordered the pizza and the pizza guy come to your house and he ring the bell and you take the delivery. What kind of delivery of goods has happened? It is an actual delivery of goods. मीन्स गुड्स की फिजिकल डिलीवरी जब हम दे देते हैं उसे कहा जाता है एक्चुअल डिलीवरी ऑफ गुड्स. आफ्टर दैट इज symbolic delivery. See, for example, you went to purchase Kia Seltos car. You know, there's a new car in the market, Kia Seltos. So you went to purchase that car and you wanted to buy a black color Kia Seltos. So the person comes and delivers the car to your doorstep. You said, please come and give me the delivery in 3 days. After 3 days, the dealer comes and gives you the car. This is the actual delivery. This is the physical delivery, actual delivery. Very good, Sneha Gupta, Amal Reshma, Geetu. All right, clear everyone? So this is your actual delivery. And what is symbolic delivery? The person gives you the keys of the car. आपको गाड़ी की चाबी दे देता है. गाड़ी नहीं लाता है, बट वो कहता है ये चाबी ले लीजिए, गोडाउन में गाड़ी खड़ी है, आप वहां से पिक कर लेना. अंशु कुमार, do you understand Hindi? Now I am talking in Hindi. So he gives you the keys. आपको चाबी दे देता है कि आप जाकर गाड़ी पिक कर लीजिए. So this is known as symbolic delivery. You have symbolized. आपने कुछ ऐसा किया जिससे delivery of goods मान ली गई. So symbolic delivery means when the car keys are given or the keys of the godown where the goods are lying have been given to the buyer and he can go and collect the goods from there. Everyone is clear, actual delivery, and yes, still lying in godown, the shift is not done. Very good, Sunil. Then it is symbolic delivery. Everyone is clear about the actual and symbolic delivery. Now let's talk about the constructive delivery. Now, constructive delivery is also known as delivery by acknowledgement or atonement. So first of all, what is the meaning of the word acknowledgement? Acknowledgement means to acknowledge, to accept the fact. Say, for example, you were not at home and your goods, the parcel has come. And the guy calls you, the delivery boy, and you tell him that I'm not at home. Please, can you deliver the goods to my neighbor's house? Now your neighbor call you and tell you that, Harleen, I am holding your goods on your behalf. I have taken the delivery of the goods. Now this is known as constructive delivery. Something has been done. The goods have been delivered by acknowledgement. The person has acknowledged to you that I am holding the goods on your behalf. Another example which is given in your module also. So the car which was to be delivered to you, so you went to the market, I told you to buy Kia Seltos. Actual delivery, the car came to your house, actual delivery. I have given you the keys of the car, symbolic delivery. Now, I told you that the car that you want to buy is lying in the godown where the warehouse keeper is there. And the warehouse keeper calls you and tells you that, Harleen, the car that you wanted to buy is lying with me. Now, this is said to be a constructive delivery. Contract इस तरह से construct हुआ है कि मान लिया जाएगा कि goods deliver हो गए. Is that clear? So it is a constructive delivery of goods. Everyone is clear? Ayush, I hope symbolic delivery is now clear, where you're symbolizing and not actually giving the goods. Possession of the goods is with some other person. Paridhi's possession means एक होता है ownership, एक होता है possession. Yes, absolutely, with third person is involved. Shruti, absolutely correct. Okay, let me explain the meaning of ownership and possession. So I purchased this mobile phone from the market. When I have made the payment and I have purchased this mobile phone, can you say that I become the owner of the goods? Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? Yes, ma'am, you become the owner. So when sale happens, I become the owner immediately. Seller ने मुझे goods बेचे, मैंने payment दी, and I become the owner. Ownership means property in the goods. Now I am the owner of these goods. The property in the goods has been passed, means ownership has been passed. Shopkeeper tells me that you want this as a blue base model. We are having this blue base model. I have requested for a pink base model. He said that we are not having pink base model. You come after 10 days, then I will give you the goods. Do I become the owner now? No, I don't become the owner. Seller is having the goods. It is an agreement to sell. Who is having the possession of goods? Possession means to have the goods in your custody. किसकी पोजीशन में है गुड्स? अब मेरी पोजीशन में आए? नो मैम. सेलर. वेरी गुड चिन्मय. Seller is having the goods now. Seller is the owner. He is having the possession of goods. Let's understand with another interesting example. You have already done bailment, so you know the meaning of bailment also. So I am traveling to abroad and I have gold kept in my house. I go to my neighbor's house. I tell them that please keep my gold with you because I'm traveling somewhere. Have I sold my gold to them? Does my neighbor becomes the owner? No, it is a kind of a bailment transaction. But who is having possession of gold now? Can you say my neighbor is having possession of gold? उसके पास मैंने custody में दिया है, उसके पास रखवा दिया है. तो possession अलग है, ownership अलग है. Ownership means that you have purchased the things. Possession can be with the ownership. Now, when I have purchased it, I have become the owner also and I have the possession also. Yes, very good, Sneha Gupta. They have the possession. Shruti, excellent. They have the possession. And possession means I have given my gold to somebody else to just keep it in the safe custody. So in constructive delivery, the word possession of the goods, somebody else is having the possession of your goods. Somebody else is holding them on your behalf. So number one, it is a voluntarily transfer of possession means आप अपनी मर्जी से goods एक person को दूसरे बंदे को दे रहे हो with a free consent. What is the meaning of free consent? That means it is not being done by coercion. You're freely doing it. Yes, you're absolutely right, Paridhi. No, Sanjay, I'm not going to read your messages. Neither I'm interested in replying to them. So stop wasting the class time. Okay? Yes, freely doing. Amlesh Rashma, absolutely correct. It means you should be freely doing the transfer of the goods, delivery of the goods. Ownership means to own something, possession. Yes, Swati, absolutely correct. Yes, Harshvardhan, even if you're keeping the gold in the locker, then also the possession is with the banker. Absolutely correct. So in the transactions of pledge and mortgage, the possession is given, not the ownership. All right. So voluntary transfer of possession is actual delivery. You all understood. Constructive, where the warehouse is holding the goods of A and he agrees to hold them on behalf of B at A's request. So A ने कहा है कि please आप ये goods रखिए, जब B आएगा तो आप दे देना उसको. तो this is a constructive delivery. You are only having the possession of the things which belong to somebody else. And symbolic delivery also takes place when the goods are in the transit and you are using the document of title to goods. Now, what is the meaning of document of title to goods? A sells timber and make bundles. The goods are in the deliverable state once the goods have been put in such condition. So this is part of your chapter number 3, where we'll be talking about the delivery of goods rules. There you will understand this example number 12. I don't want to confuse you right now with this. Document of title to goods, children. Document of title to goods means title. Please write the meaning of the word title. Title again means ownership. Title means ownership. So all the documents which we are using for transporting the goods. Listen to the example, very interesting example I have for you. So I am staying over here in Delhi and I want to sell my goods to somewhere in Pune. So we are using the road transport. I uploaded the goods in the truck and that truck driver is going to take the goods and they will upload it and they will deliver it till Pune. So now there is Mr. B who is staying over there in Pune to whom I have sold the goods. Now 4 different receipts, transport receipts will be made. We are uploading the goods in a lorry. So 4 lorry receipts will be made. One is the original lorry receipt that I will be keeping to myself. Second is the one which will be given to the transporter. Third is the original copy which is already sent to the Mr. B, who is going to show this receipt and then only the goods will be given to him. and fourth will be used by the accounts. So different copies of railway receipt. If you're transporting the goods through railways, then what will happen? Then you will use railway receipt. So I am the owner who has uploaded the goods in the train. One railway receipt will be given to the transporter and Mr. B. How will you give the goods to Mr. B? Railway authorities को कैसे पता लगेगा कि goods किसको देने हैं? So Mr. B will come and he will show the original receipt and then the goods will be given to him. So this receipts that I'm using, lorry receipt, railway receipt, all these documents are known as document of title to goods. When you're transporting the goods through ship, you will be using bill of lading, dock warrant. Warehouse keeper certificate means where the goods are kept in the warehouse. Warehouse एक गोदाम होता है जहां पे आप goods store करते हो. War finger certificate, before the goods are uploaded in the ship, they are kept in different drawers, which are known as wharfs. ऐसे डब्बे बने होते हैं डॉक पे जहां पे आप goods को रखते हो. So all these are the documents which are used in case of shipping transport. Railway receipt जब आप रेलवे से कर रहे हो, ट्रेन से कर रहे हो. Multimodal transport means first you upload in the train, then the goods go by truck, then the goods have been taken by some lorry or a rickshaw guy. So multimodal, different modes of transport are being used. So all these documents which are used for delivery of the document, delivery of the goods, in the ordinary course of business, they give you the proof that who is the owner of the goods. This is known as document of title to goods. So in case of symbolic delivery also, if you're handling the document of title to goods, like the keys of the warehouse or the railway receipt is given, that is also considered to be a symbolic delivery. Clear? Everyone is clear now? Document of title to goods. So document of title to goods, all these are examples, bill of lading, dock warrant, these all are the document of title to goods. Okay, I give you 2 minutes break over here. Just give the reading to the topic delivery and document of title to goods, and then we will proceed ahead. Let's take a small 2-3 minutes break over here. All right. Abhilasha is asking सिंबॉलिक डिलीवरी के जस्ट नीचे एक डेफिनेशन लिखी है, बता दो उस डेफिनेशन को. स्नेहा गुप्ता, नो यू डोंट नीड टू लर्न द नेम ऑफ द सर्टिफिकेट्स. You can simply remember that these are the documents which are used, considered as the document of title to goods. Okay, I just told you that this is the definition which we'll be covering when we do the chapter number 3. When we do the chapter number 3. Okay, I'll still explain you. Abhilasha, you want to understand this? Goods are said to be in deliverable state when they are in a condition that the buyer can take them. So what is the meaning of this line? You went to buy the goods from the market and you told the shopkeeper that you want a table for your for your house, and you have given him all the customization and specification that this table should have all these kind of properties, like it should be proper drawer, it should be this much size of length, height, everything. Now, once the table has been made as per your specification, then buyer is bound to take it. Means you have fulfilled the conditions. Then once the table is set, it is said to be in a deliverable state. So for example, A ने कहा B को कि मैं आपको timber बेच रहा हूँ and इसके bundles बनाने. Timber क्या एक तरह की wood होती है. So he cut the wood and he made the bundles. Now the goods are in the deliverable state. Deliverable state means अब goods को उनको लेकर जाया जा सकता है. Okay? All right. Amal Reshma is asking the meaning of endorsement. Endorsement means when you are endorsing the document. Have you seen a check? When you sign the check, at the back of the check, you write the name of the person to Mr. B. So that means the payment is to be made to Mr. B. So that is the meaning of endorsement. So these document of title to goods can be endorsed to another person. Endorsed means इनको आगे किसी को endorse करा जा सकता है. Say for example, you are Mr. B to whom I have transported the goods through railway receipt. So when Mr. B will show the railway receipt, he will get the goods. Everybody's clear till here. Now this Mr. B in Pune already have to sell these goods to Mr. C. So he tells Mr. C that I'm going to do the endorsement of this document of title. So it says this railway receipt that I have, I will write the name that please give the delivery to Mr. C. Now instead of B, Mr. C will go over there and he will show this railway receipts and the railway authorities will give the goods to Mr. C. So this is known as delivery of goods by endorsement. Means हमने goods को endorse कर दिया, किसी और को दे दिया हमने. Okay? Yes, Ayush, endorsement, both the things are same. Yes, Harsh, it can be considered to be as a transfer. Abhilasha, provision means the provisions that we are doing, the sections that we are doing. This is what the law says. Okay, Amal Reshma is now satisfied. His answer is clear now. Okay, endorsement, everybody has understood. What is the difference between document showing the title and document of title? डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग द टाइटल मींस डॉक्यूमेंट में जिसका नाम लिखा है वो ओनर है. जैसे कि फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट रिसीट. से फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज रिटन फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट रिसीट बिलोंग्स टू मिस्टर बी. सो हु इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी द ओनर? मिस्टर बी. बट डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ टाइटल क्या है? रेलवे रिसीट, जैसे हमने एग्जांपल लिया, या बिल ऑफ लेडिंग. अब इसमें लिखा है द गुड्स हैव टू बी डिलीवर्ड टू मिस्टर बी, बट ही टेल दैट एंडोर्स टू मिस्टर सी. नाउ द गुड्स विल बी डिलीवर्ड टू मिस्टर सी. बट डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग टू टाइटल को आगे इंडोर्स नहीं करा जा सकता. जैसे कि शेयर सर्टिफिकेट एक डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग टाइटल है, एफडी रिसीट्स एक डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग टाइटल है. मतलब जिसका नाम लिखा है उसी को ओनर माना जाएगा. इट कैन नॉट बी फर्दर ट्रांसफर टू अनदर पर्सन. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू लर्न, a share certificate is a document showing title and not a document of title. Means whosoever is named is considered to be the owner. It will not be transferred to another person by endorsement on the back or by delivering to another person. Clear? All right. Now, who is a mercantile agent? I am sitting in Delhi and I want to sell my goods in Gujarat. So it is very difficult for me to go and set up a new business in Gujarat. So I have kept an agent who is going to sell my goods in Gujarat on my behalf. So when I have set up this agent who is selling the goods, he's a mercantile agent who is in the ordinary course of business going to sell my goods on my behalf. Very good, Abhilasha, Ronak. That's great. It is a business agent who sell the goods or consign the goods, or he also buy the goods. The only important line over here is he can also raise money on the security of the goods. Now this mercantile agent, he's in short of money. He wants money for the business. The goods belong to me. I'm the principal sitting in Delhi. Agent is in Gujarat. He's selling the goods on my behalf. Can he borrow the money by pledging my goods? It says mercantile agent can even borrow money from the bank. He can pledge my goods and he can borrow money. Such kind of agents are auctioneers or brokers. Is that clear? Now let's understand what is the meaning of, yes, they sell the goods on behalf of owner. Shruti, that's correct. He can even consign the goods. But यदि consign means to give further on consignment. मतलब मैंने किसी को consign करे वो आगे sell करेगा goods को. Now, a very, very important definition we are going to do. What is the meaning of property? I told you right now, property means ownership of goods. Property का मतलब होता है goods की ownership. If I have sold you the goods, you become the owner. Abhilasha, pledging of goods means किसी को मैंने किसी से पैसे लोन लिया एंड गुड्स को गिरवी रखवा दिया. गिरवी रखवाने को कहते हैं प्लेज करवाना, सिक्योरिटी देना. एज अ सिक्योरिटी अगर हमने किसी को दिए वो होता है प्लेजिंग. Ayush, Meenu, good. All of you, ownership means I am the owner of the goods, means I have the general property of the goods. Now, property in the goods is of two types, general property and special property. Now, when I told you that gold I have purchased from the market, it is my gold. Then what kind of property I have in the gold? General property of the goods. When I purchased the mobile phone, I purchased the phone, I made the payment to you. Then what do I get? I get all the property rights of this mobile phone belong to me because I become the owner of this phone. Similarly, when I went to Tanishq, I purchased the gold. I become the owner. That means now I have all the general property of the gold is belonging to me. But when I gave that gold to my neighbor for taking care, what did I transfer? Did I transfer ownership or possession? That time I have given him the possession. Very good. Excellent. All of you have answered correct. Now at the same time, when I gave that gold to bank and I borrowed 1 lakh rupees, then I have borrowed money. I have borrowed money. And now I have given as a security. This is the transaction of pledging. Pledging का मतलब होता है उधार लेना. मैंने किसी से उधार लिया है, पैसे मांगे हैं और मैंने गोल्ड उनके पास प्लेज करवा दिया. Okay, so I have given it as a security. Now, bank becomes the owner of that gold. Yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am? Quickly in the chat box. No, ma'am. Very good. Excellent. Everyone is clear. But if I don't pay the money back to bank, can bank sell my gold? Yes, ma'am. How did he sold it? How did he sell it? Because special property in the goods is passed to the banker. General property means ownership mere paas hai, but in the transaction of a pledge where possession has been given, a special property means only in special circumstances. What are the special circumstances? That tomorrow when I don't repay the money, then that banker can sell my gold and he can recover his money back. Is that clear, everyone, children? Good. All of you have understood. That's awesome. So let's have a quick reading. So it says the property means the ownership. It will be transferred by the seller to the buyer. In case of an agreement to sell, it is transferred at a future date. Property always means general property. Sale of goods always deals with the general property and not special property. Special property तो किसके केस में है? Pledge के केस में है. Please लिख लीजिए अपनी books में side पे. Special property is in the case of pledge. Sale of goods always deals with the general property in the case. So the property means general property means all the ownership rights. General property is different, special property is different. When the article is pledged, special property is transferred and not the general property means only in the special cases, only if you don't make the payment, then only your goods will be sold. If A owns certain goods, pledged them to B. A has general property and B has special property. If A fails to make the payment, can B sell his goods? Yes, ma'am, because he's having the special property in the goods. Now, what is the meaning of the word insolvent? Last two definitions for the day are left, insolvent and price. First, let's do the definition of price. Price का मतलब क्या होता है? Price is the monetary consideration that I pay for the goods. Can I say that I sold the goods and you gave me chocolates in return? Is it a sale of goods? No, ma'am, it is not sale of goods. It is not sale of goods. Then, if I sell you the material and you paid me cash in return, price is given, money is given, then only it is a sale of goods. So price means the price, the monetary consideration that we pay for the goods. After that, the topic is insolvent. What is the meaning of insolvent? Insolvent का मतलब होता है दिवालिया निकल जाना. Means अब मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है to make the payment for my liabilities. When my liabilities are more than my assets. So when my liabilities are more and my assets are less, then court declares you insolvent. So when you're declared insolvent means a person who ceases to pay his debts in the ordinary course of business or he cannot pay his debts as per the act of insolvency. Means now he doesn't have the payment, he cannot make the payment, his liabilities are more and assets are less. Bankrupt ho jana, bilkul. Yes, Monu Kumar, absolutely. General property is free ownership. Cannot pay. Swati, Amal Reshma, Ronak, Ayush, good. Insolvent, फिर से business. Yes, Vivek Rai, he can do the business if he has the sufficient funds. No, sections are not compulsory. Krishan AJ Kumar, ceases means to stop to exist. Means अब वो exist नहीं करता. Example of insolvent. Srushti, I just gave you an example. When you don't have sufficient money, so your liabilities are 1 crore and your assets are just 30,000. Then you will be declared insolvent when you don't have sufficient assets or money to pay for the liabilities. Is that clear? No, you don't have to remember sections. What is the weightage of this chapter? So around 20% to 30% marks does come, Sunil, from this chapter. Any doubts, students? Any genuine doubts if you have, you can write down in the chat box. We have completed the basic introduction of the chapter today. We have done the definitions. If you don't have any doubts, if everything is clear, we can just do a small definition of sale and agreement to sell because we still have time. All right, good. No doubt, everything is clear. That's great. Yes, Sanjay Jain, please write down your query in the chat box. Sanjay Jain, you can use the chat box if you have any query. We are not supposed to unmute anyone in the class. This Ronak is also somebody else only. We can remove this child. No, Ayush, it's not compulsory to run the sections. Sanjay Jain is asking, ma'am, why we are not allowed to unmute. So Sanjay Jain, if you have any query, you can write in the chat box. There is no answer for why you are not allowed to unmute. Okay, you can write in the chat box if you have any query. If price is paid, after that buyer. So Meenu, if price has been paid and buyer later on refuses, that is your chapter number, breach of contract. 4th chapter, we will discuss it over there. Ayush is asking the meaning of price. So price is the monetary consideration. Monetary means paisa. आपको पैसा देना है whenever you're selling the goods. The value of the goods is expressed in monetary terms. It is an essential requirement of the contract of sale. Means अगर आप पैसे नहीं दे रहे हैं तो contract of sale को complete नहीं माना जाएगा. All right, Sanjay Jain, you have any query or you just want to simply wanted to ask that why I'm not allowed to unmute? Because I cannot read any query from your side. What is the meaning of document to title in goods? Document of title, Vivek Sharma, means that is the document which shows the ownership of the goods. Good morning, ma'am. Good to see
Good
you.
morning, Harleen. Well, Harleen, you can ignore the Sanjay Jain query. If he is not asking anything, we can simply ignore. Because due to some technical glitches, we are not allowing the students to unmute themselves. Sanjay, if you are having any query, write in the chat box. Okay? Yes, Harleen, you can continue.
All right, ma'am. All right. Yes, the old currency notes, Monu Kumar, you can use them as a goods. They can be sold. Okay, Ronak is asking for certain MCQs. Let's have certain MCQs if you want. That we can do. Why not? Let's quickly have the MCQs because we still have 5 minutes. So there is a contract for the sale of goods where the property passes to the buyer on payment of total price in future. Will it be considered as an agreement of sale or a contract of sale or hire purchase contract or sale on approval? Excellent. Everyone has sent the correct answer. It's an agreement to sale. Why? Because property means the ownership. So the property passes to the buyer on payment of price in future. Something which is yet to be done in future is always an agreement to sell. This one you have not yet done. This you can answer. If a seller handed over the keys of the warehouse containing the goods to the buyer, then will it result in actual delivery, symbolic delivery, constructive delivery, or none of the above? So I'm simply giving you the keys of the warehouse where the goods are lying. Excellent. Alicia, Sunil, Srishti, Ronak, Monu. That means you all have Ayush, Prince. Wonderful, ma'am. It means that they have really understood the concepts very well because just 2 MCQs have asked and they all have answered it. Wonderful. Great. Yes, ma'am. You can take over. Yes,
Thank you so
Abhilasha. Good, good.
Yes.
Hanji.
So we can conclude the session, Harleen?
Yes, ma'am. We can. Yes.
Thank you so much, Harleen. One thing I want to convey to the students, in the earlier classes also, there are many students in the Contract Act, they were asking queries relating to Sales of Goods Act. And now in the today class, Harleen has also told me, and in my chat box also, many students are asking queries about Contract Act. So it's a request to dear students, when the topic is going on, today the topic was of Sales of Goods Act. So kindly ask topic related query. Contract Act we have finished, and if still you are having any query, you can watch the recorded sessions. Okay, so don't disturb the class. And we have completed chapter 1 and chapter 2. So complete the study material, revise the that sessions from the study material, and one more publication is there, that is your Saransh. Okay, so after completion from the study material, revise chapter 1 and chapter 2 from the Saransh also. It's around 60 pages. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 comprises of 60 pages. The whole publication is of 160 pages. So 60 pages are of so much. So after completing chapter wise from the study material, just revise from the Saransh also. One more thing, we have uploaded the RTP also. And RTP contains the questions chapter wise. So you can, after finishing from study and Saransh, you can go through that questions from the RTP also. Okay. And once our classes are finished, then you can practice your questions from the from the suggested answers, and mock test paper will be released in your April. and second series will be released in MTP in your May, because your exams are starting from 15th May, I suppose. So you have plenty of time, just whatever the faculty is conveying to you. Notes we will convey after the class. Okay, the unit 1 we will upload on this upload portal. And on Wednesday, we will have another class for this unit 1, Sales of Goods Act. And then after, we will have our class on Sunday. Due to Holi, we have not conducted the class on Friday. So we will have our class on Sunday and Monday. Okay. So Harleen, we can conclude the session.
Yes, ma'am, we can. So the
Yes.
answer,
Thank you.
students, you're asking, it was symbolic delivery was the correct answer. Those who have written in the chat box, that was the correct answer. All right, ma'am. Thank you, Swati, Shrishti, all those who have written that they have enjoyed the class. So great. Abhimanyu wants to. Abhimanyu, if you want to
Yes.
ask something, you can write it in the chat box, Peter, because some technical error is there, so we're not allowed to unmute.
Abhimanyu is asking, any revision class will be conducted for this, ma'am. The class is for full. There is no revision classes because time is less. We have exams on May. So all these classes are for May 25 and September 25 also. And
Yes.
as of now, there are no revision classes, but yes, we will have webinars. And the webinars will be conducted in April and May. So the schedule of the webinars will be uploaded very soon. So that in that webinars, we will revise the complete syllabus. Okay. Yes. Meet Rathi is asking, ma'am, I have a suggestion. Organize a weekly doubt session where all 4 subject teachers could join in an hour to clear doubts. Yes, we will also have the BOS for a success also classes. BOS faculty will talk to you about your general queries examination tips. So we will also have that sessions. So Harleen, we can conclude the session. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
And we will meet on Wednesday. Thank you.
Wednesday. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, students.
Thank you, students. All the best. Girish, we can end the class. Girish, are you
Recording
there?
stopped.
Yes. Thank you.